You're listening to Cowboy Shit with Ted and Wacey.
Hello, welcome to Cowboy Shit After Dark. I'm your host, Wacey Anderson, joined by my friend Ted Stovin. This is episode 132 of Cowboy Shit. We've just crossed the American border and on our way back to Calgary with one stop left on our journey. Ted, how are you doing tonight?
Would you say that we just crossed the American border or the Canadian border? Because we're back in Canada now.
It's a border, so
we crossed the border between Canada and America.
it's a border, so it counts as whatever.
We're back in Canada. I gotta say,
oh, what a day!
So this morning we were in Cedar City, Utah.
Oh man,
which is 17 hours from Calgary. And
we're fixing to be in Calgary in about 3 hours.
3 more hours.
Yeah, so it's been a day. Also, shout out to you for hours spent behind the wheel. Very impressive. But I also, like when I was driving this afternoon, it was funny to me how long it took you to like settle in, not driving. So I appreciate that you do like the driving, because I like to drive too. Just it's nice being in control and like keeps your mind busy.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's the same for you. So.
Yeah.
Nice work today, man. You're kicking ass.
Oh, thank you. Got to pull through another 3 hours or so. We're almost back.
And like setting off yesterday from Vegas, it looked pretty dire leaving. Like I didn't like after it was pretty optimistic before when we left, but we stopped for fuel and it was okay. We got closer to Utah. Started snowing, the roads started getting shitty, and then it got real shitty right outside of Cedar City.
Luckily, we
had big hopes of making the 19-hour drive overnight.
We were thinking we were going to go straight through.
Those hopes were dashed
very quickly.
Yeah,
2.5 hours.
Yeah. So,
oh boy,
today it's been good. It's good that we're grinding through today, though, because it'd be nice to get home. I think all three of us are at the consensus that we want to be home tonight. So,
yeah,
it's been good. No trouble at the border. Thank you.
Thank you to our friend Tim Pierce at Film Logic's Custom Brokers. If you're ever going to America with goods, you want to call Tim.
Tim's got the goods.
He'll hook you up. He helped us
also,
out.
thanks to Lane Peterson for helping us out with having something printed off.
Yeah,
we had a question about getting things printed off, and he told us to print them off.
Yeah, so thanks to the Hilton Garden Inn, Great Falls. Storm called them and told them that I was a diamond member with Hilton. They hooked us up. We even tried to give her money, and she's like, "No, I won't take your money."
You spent enough money being a diamond member there already. You get one free print.
Get one free print job.
That's a diamond member exclusive
for the border. Thank you.
Border papers.
Oh, boy. This is actually a great way to stay awake for the last couple hours.
Forcing us to use our brain. That's
90,
for sure.
Yeah, 90K to Lethbridge.
Yeah. We're picking up your wieners. How excited on a scale of 1 to 10 are you to see your dogs?
I'm real excited. I'm real excited to see those two little
I was honestly expecting a bigger answer out of you.
I'm pumped, man. I don't want to scream into the microphone.
Well, I didn't expect you to scream. I just like a little bit more enthusiasm.
Well, yeah. No, I'm pumped. I'm really pumped. I hope I remember their names when we get there.
That'll be good.
Yeah, it'll be good. No, I'm looking forward to seeing those two.
They'll probably be stoked to see you guys, too. I'm sure they've been missing you.
I wonder, do you think they know us? Do you think they miss us, Storm? Hold on. We need to give it a mic.
For sure they miss us. I mean, Ellie, maybe not, because Ellie doesn't really like anybody except for my sister, and that's who she's staying with right now. But Pippa will be thrilled to see us.
As much as she growls at you guys, Ellie knows who you are, and I'm sure she misses you.
I'm wondering, do you think Ellie's going to want to leave your sister's house?
I think so. I think Ellie ultimately likes home the best, so she'll be good.
Your guys' home has become their home, so I'm sure. And it's like
it's true.
They've spent the most amount of time there and however many years now, so that's probably like their place where they're used to taking a shit in their own backyard. Exactly. They can shit in the house if they want to.
Sometimes Ellie does. She usually picks my office and then just takes a big dirty old spite shit right in my office.
There you go.
Especially if I'm gone for a long time, just a big dirty
You're going to get one this week for sure, guaranteed.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if Cheyenne got any at her house. Hasn't told us. Anyways, so episode 132, thanks to Janie Johnson for being on the last show. She was great on the Cowboy channel once again.
And we got to see her at Corb Show.
Yeah,
that was really
awesome.
Cool. Yeah, I hadn't met her in
her
person yet, so it was really nice to meet her. And
yeah,
there's been good feedback from her show. I thought it was one of our better ones in the last while, so it was good stuff.
What else? NFR. I guess we got to start with that, eh? So we left
birthday.
Today is
technically. Well, technically, when
No.
the show comes out, it's my birthday.
Oh, on Wednesday. Yeah, the 14th. Yeah, I was like, wait,
Yeah.
no, it's not midnight
You always
yet.
give me heck for not talking on the present of because it comes out
It's
on
true.
Thursday. So I'm,
It's true.
I'm good doing it for once.
It's true.
And the only reason I'm remembering because it's my birthday. So
It's a bit of time travel. So this is actually Wacey's birthday podcast. Is this the first time it's been on your birthday?
pod. Whenever
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wacey. Happy birthday.
that was lovely.
to
Wow,
you.
thanks, Ted.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's so nice.
You're welcome.
Funny story, quick one.
Yep.
When I was in high school, every time it was someone's birthday in my class and it was gym class, my gym teacher would put on it's like "Kiss Me," like that song from the '90s. But he would he'd grab a mic from his office and he'd walk around and while we were doing like warm up laps and stuff, and he'd be like, "Birthday."
Oh, really?
Oh fuck! It was
Is this Paul
fucking yeah,
Strebe?
Paul Strebe. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's been on the show. So
Oh, really?
Yeah, funny times.
That's funny.
It's good memory.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, it's my birthday. We were in Vegas for, what was it, 13 days?
I think 12
12 days,
nights,
yeah.
right? Yeah. 12 nights.
Lots
12 nights, 30 days.
12 nights, 30 days. Yeah, I felt like it.
We
Felt
did
like I was
30
there for
days
2
worth of
months.
living while we were
Oh,
there.
man.
Yeah.
We didn't we didn't even set ourselves up for success because we went full ham the first night.
Yeah, we got
basically.
extra fucked up the
we got
first
we
night.
got X'd out at the Wrangler party.
Yeah, just whipped down. We got jerked down right on the bull's
boy.
head the first night.
Storm and I were hurting so bad
Man.
at the booth the next
Yeah,
day.
you guys were hurting, but I was dead in the room. I didn't make it out of the fucking
we didn't
room.
see Ted for the whole day.
No, I didn't make it there. I picked you up, I think, at the end of the day. at
Yeah,
5.
that was
That was it, wasn't it?
that was. I think didn't you drop? No, how did we get there?
I must have dropped you off and then
Did you
came
drop us
back.
How did
did
we
I do?
get there?
I thought I got groceries.
We got
that
no. We
day, too.
Ubered. We Ubered there.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Ted
I was that
dead
fucked
forever.
up? Oh gosh,
But it's so crazy.
I
'cause
forget
that
how
seems
wrecked
like
out
it was,
I was.
It seems like
Yeah.
it was fucking like 2 years ago that you did that.
So I didn't actually drive you guys. I'm a piece of shit. I'm sorry. This is bad. Oh dear, really? I didn't even drive you.
No,
over
you
there?
didn't, man. I remember this now. We did Uber because you
How
were too
did-
dead, and Storm and I
Actually?
were no better, man. Like we were
Oh,
both.
how
in a
did you
bad
guys
way.
survive?
dude? Because
That's
Storm and I
amazing.
are battlers. We get shit done. Oh, that was once we were up to it. We just maintained a steady buzz for the whole day of screwdrivers and coffee and Baileys.
Oh, that day, yeah. And I just licked my. I was in the fetal position, regretting every decision
and Storm
that
and I
I
were back on the
ever
sauce
had.
at the booth.
Oh, that's probably what I should have done.
Well,
That was
and even
bad.
and Storm the whole time. I'm not really a vodka girl. I don't really like vodka. And then we're just crushing screwdrivers. I think I'd love to know the amount of screwdrivers we drank throughout the week at the booth. Paralyzers.
Oh, more the ratio.
It'd
inhibition was
be
way more
damn close,
paralyzers.
I bet. But yeah, we didn't really set
boy.
ourselves up for success on that front. But it was a hell of a time at the Wrangler party. So thanks to our friends
Yeah.
there having us.
It's a lot of fun.
We got to make some custom stockings for
Yeah,
those who are near and dear to us. Which
Yeah.
was very nice.
that was pretty cool.
Very nice. I got. They had this like cool machine that like engraved, like lasered it on to the
the
stocking.
denim.
Yeah, their denim stocking.
Like
Really
burnt
cool.
it in.
So I got Gen 1 that says Wrangler Bus Drive Me Nuts for a surprise, a Christmas surprise. So I was pretty stoked on that.
It's pretty awesome. Pretty good time.
And that was only the first like
That was
day.
the first night.
That was the
Yeah.
first night.
Who? Well, so what would I got a bunch of questions for you. Who were you most excited to meet at the NFR? Like when you set out.
meet?
Yeah, to meet. That's one I got to go for.
Oh my
right off the bat.
god. To meet?
Yeah, who was the coolest person you met there?
Oh man, it was cool to briefly talk to Randy Bernard.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
leaving the Wrangler party the one night. That
That's
was really
right.
The Wrangler watch party.
Yeah.
That was really cool because he was a really fun interview and he seems like a cool guy. I never really got to talk to him, but it was neat to
Run
visit.
into him.
And also another one.
Well,
I met
hey,
Wyatt.
just to go further on that though, the guy next to him was like a Hall of Fame pitcher, Rick Sutcliffe.
Oh no way!
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I forget who he pitched for. I'm not enough of a baseball guy,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, he was like right next to him, and Flint was like, "Oh, you know who that was?"
Yeah.
He was like Rick, and I was like, "Oh shit, okay, that's cool too."
I guess, and another one that I had was I met Wyatt Wentz at the Wrangler
Yeah,
party
that's right.
on Wednesday, which is really cool. I'm a fan of what his work he does on the video side of things now, especially now I'm dabbling into it. So it's cool to kind of talk to him quickly and pick his brain and all that stuff and get connected with him. I got his number and stuff now, so we can
Nice.
stay connected. How about
you guys
you,
can go
Ted?
out some man dates.
Maybe
moving
some
forward?
mandates down the line. Who knows?
That'd be
Who
neat.
knows? The door's open.
What else? Well, mine would be. Well, there's a bunch of stuff about Vegas, but
No, you got to go to the question.
The question though was Larry the Cable Guy. That's who I want to meet.
You got to meet him.
Yeah. So Flint, we got hooked up with Flint on Friday because he did the show at the Tropicana, the Wrangler, like the live broadcast that they did, and I talked to him earlier in the week, and I brought him a bag of our Cowboy Shit stuff for him and Paige and Shelby, like the whole crew. And I was talking to him, and I was like, "Hey, do you mind if we like catch a ride with you down to the South Point for the Buckles? Because all the Montana crew is down there, and I hadn't been there all week, so so we had to make a plan to get down there. So we caught a ride down there with him, and then he's like, "Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna have Larry the Cable Guy on the show." And I was like, "No way, really?" Like on his daytime show.
Yeah, outside the barrel.
And we already had a few things on the go Saturday, and it was a bit of a big day. But I was like, you know what? I don't know when else I'll get to meet Larry the Cable Guy in person, unless we go to his golf tournament, which we do intend to as well. But yeah, Flint was like, "Man, you gotta come meet him." So I went to Flint's show, saw the show, laughed my ass off because he had some hilarious jokes. He had one where he was at the rodeo, and Larry's like, "Yeah, so I was at the rodeo, and I was eating a corn dog, and this horse went by and winked at me." He was talking about how big the corn dog was at the county fair. It was pretty good.
That's a good one. I like.
And then I like another one of his lines. He said he got on the Cars train somehow, like as Mater.
Toe Mater.
Yeah, and so he had a couple of jokes about that, but he's like, "Yeah, I did all my own stunts in that movie too." I didn't mind that.
Movie. I love
and
that.
then he also said, he was like, "Yeah, I did. I was actually the only voice actor to ever gain weight for a role." It was pretty golden.
That's good shit.
Yeah, but the corn dog one and the horse, though, Flint actually walked off the stage because he was pissing himself laughing so bad.
That's fucking awesome.
It was hilarious.
What were some of your favorite moments or things that we did from the NFR?
'Kay.
Top 3.
Night 1, Wrangler party. Blacked out. Would not recommend doing that again. But
it was
that's one of those ones where I don't remember getting home. That's like,
me
that's
neither,
real
dude.
bad.
It was a bad deal.
Don't remember
I woke up, one of my
room.
boots was in the bathroom. One was like on the other side of the room. I woke up in my socks and my undershirt under my covers in the bed.
Oh, and for those wondering, Wacey had his own room this year, so we didn't have to go. We didn't.
On up.
If he was lost, didn't even know this time. He was in his own room.
Be on my own.
But okay, top 3. So the Wrangler part was awesome, but I don't think I can count it because there's so many other cool things. Because I think, but they're like number 1, I really enjoyed. My favorite part was the meal with Storm. We went to Nobu, and it was unreal sushi. We had a really nice evening. Love you, Storm. That was my favorite night.
Oh, that's so nice.
But another couple fun nights, George Strait, the football game, and then the UFC fight. Honestly, those are like my top 4.
Your top.
I know you
favorite
said top
things.
3, but like
That's fine. You're allowed to have one.
And if I was gonna go to top 3, I'd honestly cut out probably the George Strait show. No offense to George, but it was like it wasn't kind of what I was expecting. Like it was awesome, but it was like kind of a little bit lower energy.
One of there was some cool moments though. I remember one time when George sang, I think it was All My Exes Live in Texas, and I looked over at all of us, all 4 of us were singing together because Cor was at the show with us. So that's one of the cool things. I never thought I'd ever be singing a George Strait song at a George Strait concert with Cor Blonde. So that was really
in the same.
That was technically Corb and I's third date.
Third man
Things
date.
are getting pretty serious.
Oh man. So
he did tell me that he loved me.
Oh wow.
That was awesome. We're getting serious, me and that guy.
What else? Okay, so I gotta say one of the coolest moments though was during Patty the Batty Pimblett's intro at the UFC on Saturday.
Yeah.
I went with another Patty the Batty, Patrick Powers from Montana Silversmiths. So Patrick and I went to the UFC fight. Wacey and Jen went to the rodeo, and Storm and her family all went to the rodeo. They sat in the 3rd row. I think that might have been Nanson's ticket, but unreal seats. They found some open seats. They sat like 3rd row. You guys went to the rodeo, went to the UFC fight. I saw that was in town. I was like, hey, Patrick, you want to go to this? Want to check it out? So we went to that. But Pimblett, his whole setup, like, unreal.
He's one of the biggest like rising stars in the UFC right now. I think.
When Rogan did the interview after, he's like, man, your meteoric rise is like unparalleled right now.
I saw a funny quote afterwards on social media. They asked him like what like his response to the people saying that he lost the fight, and all it said was, "They can kiss me arse." I guess personality.
So I gotta say, it was cool to see like the wigs and stuff that they had on like all the like some of the fans had on and stuff.
Portnoy and Big Cat were wearing one too.
Yeah, and they were there in the and they're like one of the
Yeah.
deals there. So it was really neat to see that. So like I guess going back further, like George Strait was Unreal show football we'd been to before. Like that was really neat too. With the Raiders won this time,
Heck of a
that was
game.
awesome.
That was
great
That's
game.
what made the football game a cool part of it. Was it actually was a good game.
Yeah, and I got to visit with our friend Joe Tavana as well. Works for the at the building there, Allegiant Stadium. But it's really cool to go see that again. And then, but yeah, UFC. So Patty's intro, he's got like off with your head. Like what's the name of that song?
Off with your head.
Yeah.
By the Yeahs. There's a remix of it.
And then, but there's a remix with like a pretty cool intro, like intermittent.
It's like dan 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 dan.
Yeah, unreal.
Dan, dan.
It was
Banger.
so
It's
badass.
off Project X.
Everyone was on their feet. He's not from the U.S. Like there was some USA chants going for some of the other guys, but like such a cool intro, like well produced intro, and like I don't think they even hardly said it. Like they might have said his name one time.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a hype video, but they like to do the walkout, and people are going nuts. Everybody's with their phones out videotaping, and it's like him the whole way, and then one part of the intro is just me and Patrick on the screen.
What?
Yeah, we were on the screen during his intro.
What the fuck, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, they put Patrick and I on the screen during his intro, and then just went back to him. That was like the only. It was the only camera shot of the crowd, and it was just me and Patrick in our suit jackets and cowboy hats, just hanging out at this thing there.
Shit,
so,
that's cool.
Yeah, it was kind of neat. So I get a bunch of messages all of a sudden, and it's like a buddy from back home, Jared Hughes, married Colby Clifford. He was like, man, he was messaging me before, so jealous, and he was, I don't know, maybe he didn't see that we were on the screen, but then Cody Strandquist sent me the clips and sent me a video of it.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
shit.
And then,
dude, we got to get this clip and put it on social media. That's fucking crazy.
Jeff Backus and Steve Prankard, like Feature Productions and Splash Effects, like those two were watching it from Mazatlan, Mexico, and they're like, holy shit, we just saw it on the screen.
That's wild, dude. Nice.
During the biggest intro of the night. But I look like
man.
a dope. I kind of look like a dope because I was videotaping it. But how do you not video that? That was super cool,
man. Nice work.
It was super cool. So
cool.
Yeah. Anyways, that moment was like one I'll remember from that trip. And then I guess another fun thing we didn't talk about too is the couple photo shoots we did between Wednesday and Thursday for our new line we're launching here any day now.
We were feeling rough Thursday morning.
It probably won't. It won't be out in time for the show. I don't think we'll get it done in time. But stay tuned because very
some big
soon
things
after
coming
the show,
from us.
Yeah, I got some brand new haberdashery, as my friend Will Osler would say. Some new. We got a bunch of cool new hoodies. What else we got? Some sweaters, tees. Got a cool new logo design, and I got some new caps coming in the wintertime. We got some new cap samples coming in for January. So
big things coming in 2023
or sooner, man.
The brand.
I'm trying to get it out before Boxing Day.
But just like
it's already in stores now.
I'm just blanketing it over.
It's already in some stores. It's already at Western Stockman. Already at Keddy's.
We're only like 2.5 weeks away from 2023. So
it's true. Yeah, true.
So
good stuff. Wace, what about your top three from Vegas? Tell the people.
Some of my favorite moments. Obviously, George Strait. It was a bucket list concert for me, so it was really cool to see. I had a lot of fun when we did at the Ryan Bingham Corb Lunch show. It was really cool.
I forgot about those two
shows. That was
shows.
Super fun. Like I got freaking cross-eyed there, and then I ended up going to the South Point with Corb, and like my recollection of playing blackjack, I had $100. My parents gave me $100 to go gambling with. Not to go gambling. They just gave me $100 cash.
Probably not to go gambling
with. But they gave me $100. I'm like, okay, this is my gambling. I'm not a big gambler, so this is my gambling budget for the week. So I go down with Corbin.
Which is a pretty moderate budget for Vegas.
It is very moderate, but I'm not a big gambling guy. So
good.
For me, that's what I'm willing to lose. So anyways, we go down to the South Point, and I'm like full. I've been drinking double bourbons all night. The Ryan Bingham Corb Lunch show. And
those guys that hooked us up, they bought all the drinks. That was crazy.
Oh yeah, those two guys who I forget
what their names were now. They were
Storm and
one was
I
a lawyer
before because you were helping. You were helping with a situation.
Well, because Mel lost her wallet.
Yeah, Mel lost her wallet, and then Storm and I found this like booth along the balcony where we were at.
Great find, by the way.
And it was empty. And it was empty for the most, like all of Corb's show and like the start of Ryan Bingham. And these two guys roll up from Tennessee who like actually had purchased that suite because it was a VIP suite, I guess. And there were the two guys and all their buddies bailed on them, so they let us sit with them for the show, and they ended up buying all of our drinks and all that stuff, which was really cool. So that was really sweet leading into that. And then, we after the show, we hop into an Uber and go down to the South Point, and I'm playing I vaguely remember playing $25 like minimum blackjack, and at one point I was playing. I couldn't even tell. I think the biggest hand I played at the time was like maybe $75. But I swear to God, Corb was playing my hands for me because I had no fucking clue what was going on. I was so full. But that was another one of those mornings I woke up and I was like, oh shit, I wonder how much money, or how much of my $100 I got left. And I like pick up my jacket I was wearing at that night, and then I shake it, and there's like I could hear chips in my pocket, and there's like $375 worth of chips in my pocket, which was a fucking sweet find. Which ended up working out well because I wanted to buy some new boots, so I used that as my boot money. So that was a cool moment. Another cool moment was the Kimes, like Corb's Horse I Rode In On show, which was really sweet. Like, it was just Corb and his guitar. Like, he sang old rodeo songs and songs that he's written, and kind of had a fun night that way. And he sang Cows Around, which is a favorite with the crowd. And for those who don't know, or whatever, maybe those who already know, but he has that part where he asks,
what kind of cows, Corb?
Where the crowd asks him what kind of cows Corb. Well, insider info, on his latest tour, he started asking crowds if anybody knows it in Spanish, because he's kind of just got it, like he plays the song every night, whatever. And him and I are having this conversation, I think in Calgary, and he's like, and he told me how to ask in Spanish, and it's "Que tipo de vacas, Corb?" So I remembered this. I put this in my memory bank, and so we're sitting in the
for a time. I don't know when. I don't know where.
I don't know when.
I'm gonna put it in there for some time.
So we're sitting in the crowd for the show, and he plays Cows Around, and he slows it down and gets ready for that part, and a bunch of people yell, "What kind of cows, Corb?" And he's like, I've been asking some crowds like to say it in Spanish. He's like, does anybody know it in Spanish in the room? And I yell out, "Que tipo de vacas, Corb?" And then he like kind of didn't really hear me, but he heard that somebody knew what it was, and so he kind of slowed it down even more. And then he's like, okay, whoever just said that, like, say it a bit louder. And I just like
to my Spanish folks out there.
Yeah, and I just like I screamed it as loud as I could. "Que tipo de vacas, Corb?" And it just like it was funny because that's literally only like 3 words of Spanish that I know.
I know how to say cerveza.
And debriefing with him,
That's
I finally got to tell him that it was me on like
Yesterday
Sunday when he stopped by the booth, and he's like, and he thought it was like legit somebody who knew Spanish, and it was kind of funny to tell him that it was me. So that was a cool moment. The karaoke night that Cowboy Cole and Jen and I had ended up being a really funny, like, random night at the Tropicana. So Tropicana does Thursday night karaoke in their smoking lounge, and
it's extra smoky in there too.
Cole and Jen and I were just sick of trying to get into the MGM Gold Buckle Zone and just wanted to go. Like, Cole was itching for some karaoke, and then as everybody knows, I love karaoke. So, and Jen was just like wanted to watch us and be idiots, and so we also on the way over we were like,
Jen sing?
We should get some darts.
What did Jen sing?
What's that?
What did Jen sing?
She didn't sing. She's not a karaoke singer. She's an observer. She's an observer of the karaoke. Yeah.
Okay.
So we stopped at the convenience store in the bottom of the Tropicana and bought a pack of darts, Camel Crush menthols.
Overpriced darts.
They were like, it was only like $12.
Okay.
So it wasn't too bad. Like, whatever. I was there. I was
cheaper than the one cigar I bought on Fremont Street.
I was pretty drunk at the time too, so it didn't really matter. And yes, we go up there and sing. I did some George Strait.
Which one?
I did the Fireman.
Oh, not bad.
I had 2 really good karaoke performances at the
in tribute to my friends Dustin Edwards and
and
then Dennis Halstead.
And then Cole, like, all of a sudden did the Humpty Dance, which is like a rap song. It's pretty hardcore, and it's like long. It's like 6 minutes long.
Oh no
and
way!
He fucking crushed it, man. It was it was one of the most surprising things of the night. And I swear to God, we smoked like 3/4 of that pack of Camel Crushes. So like we fucking ripped through the darts.
Oh boy!
And
that was a long day for you too. That was Canadian night, and it was the photo shoot in the morning and the photo shoot the night before.
Yeah. So we had, and that was ended up being a long day, but it was super fun. And then I also really loved Turnpike Troubadours. That was another really cool moment for us. Jen and I really wanted to see them for a long time, and we just so happened to catch them at the Hui party at Brooklyn Bowl, and they were awesome. Like, they were such a good show. Everybody in the crowd was singing along, good energy, really cool venue. I will definitely be going back there next time we're down if there's some more cool shows there. That was really fun. And then
Hui's done a few parties there now.
Yeah, they've been doing it for a bunch of years now. Yeah,
Corb played there. I was at a
he
opened
show there
for
Turnpike. Yeah, exactly.
A couple years ago, 2018 or 19.
Yeah, so they're really cool shows, and it was sweet. Like, we met these really random, like, cool people from Montana in the line, and made friends with them, and got some sweet concert merch. That was cool. And then one of my last one that sticks out is taking Jen to the rodeo for the first time. That was really cool to see. And then being able to watch Zeke win his world title that night was really cool too. That's a cool moment. He obviously had an outstanding week, and getting to kind of put the cherry on top for the rodeo season, like being able to show Jen all these places that we went, like that was a cool way to kind of cap it off. Was the 10th round of the NFR.
Pretty sweet time.
Yeah, it was great. And also, one last thing was all the people who came by the booth throughout the 10 days,
Yeah.
11 days we were there, who've been fans of what we've done over the years, who follow us on social media, who bought stuff online from us before, all that kind of stuff, like sitting around visiting with folks. That was really a really cool thing to me, just because it's like, yeah, the people actually listen to the show and like care what we're up to and see value in it and are true fans of it was really cool. So
Thanks for stopping by, folks.
that was great. That was one of my favorite things too.
Appreciate it.
And a lot of people recognize me from the TikTok, which is great too, I guess, which is
Wacey Anderson,
kind of funny.
TikTok famous.
So yeah, no, that was some cool stuff. It was great.
What else, Wace? What else?
Do we need to recap any of the rodeo stuff? Like,
I don't know. If you haven't heard about the rodeo yet, you probably don't care that much. So
no, true enough. I guess like the only thing to say about that is just like good job to our Canadian guys. Like,
Yeah, good job to everyone that was involved. Pretty
Yeah.
great show. I mean, a couple high points, I guess we got to talk about. Zeke wins almost $400,000 on the year. Sets a new record for
Yeah.
earnings. Ties the aggregate record. Puts his name in the record book. There averages
Wins
87.5 points per ride for 10 nights.
wins
It's
the Top
nuts.
Gun award.
Yeah, which we don't know what that means yet, but I think it's good.
Did you
We
say
think it's a
that
truck.
his aggregate score was like the highest one ever too?
He tied the record.
Tied it on 10 horses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't hear you.
No, that's okay. Sorry that
No, you're good, man.
it's
You're
kind
good.
of loud.
You're good.
The what we're gonna say, Stetson Wright, with ground money in the bull riding, wins almost $1 million.
That's pretty cool,
nuts.
man. That's pretty cool.
So nuts. And if you count I don't know where else he would have won $25,000 or $30,000 or whatever. He didn't come to Calgary. That didn't count. But even, he probably even with one endorsement, he would have made $1 million, which is pretty crazy. Because Sage Kimsey kind of did it with the American a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I guess he did do it, but it wasn't all in one place. He won $400,000 at the American, one Calgary, so that's $530 plus probably $450 in the PRCA plus whatever. So he made $1 million
Yeah.
that way. But this is almost all totally legit.
All through the PRCA. Yeah.
Yeah, and you could probably say I don't know where Stetson would be in the PBR, but he probably would have won $30,000 there too. So
yeah, probably. Yeah.
he might have. I don't know. Anyways, so to have $1 million year in 1 year as a pro rodeo cowboy, I think that's a pretty major milestone.
It's pretty awesome.
Pretty major milestone. But then again,
And those guys are good ambassadors for the sport.
100%.
Yeah, that's cool.
And genuine nice guys.
Yeah.
I had a drink with them at the Wrangler party. That's probably what happened to get me so buggered up right off the bat. Had a spicy margarita with JD and the boys there. Kai Hamilton too.
One of the funny things from the edit this week was the meme that was going around of the Simpsons of Rocker Steiner and
was
the
pretty
Wright
good.
brothers with the swearing part. That was fucking hilarious.
So for those that maybe haven't seen the meme, it's I don't know if it's Nelson. Nelson Muntz
it's
or
the
Bart?
Flanders boys.
Oh
and
yeah, it's Bart.
Yeah.
Bart is Rocker Steiner, and the Wrights are the Flanders boys. And Bart's like, "Come on, guys." Bart as Rocker was like, "Come on, guys, just swear a little bit, throw a couple F-bombs out there." And then all the Wright brothers as the Flanders are like, "No, sorry, we're not allowed.
No, we're not allowed to do that.
We're not allowed."
Yeah, that was pretty funny. One thing I wanted to ask you, looking at the final totals for all the world champions, why is there so much difference between, say, the saddle bronc riding and the steer wrestling? I think the steer wrestling champion won 200 and
I think it was 278.
278, whereas Zeke wins 399 or Stetson wins 450,000. Bull riding is different because there's ground money, but
Yeah.
Saddle bronc riding usually they fill every hole on the money one. Stream broncs, I guess.
I think if you looked over the bronc riding events on their own, I'd have to look at what the rest of the events are, but the bronc riding, they've got all those extra events now.
Yeah,
I think that'd be
stream broncs and
yeah,
stuff.
and
that makes sense.
Pollockvilles and maybe I don't know. I forget who won. Well, Logan won the bronc riding at Calgary.
Yeah,
I forget who won the other big ones. I don't think the American counted for the PRCA.
no,
this
it
year.
didn't this year. No,
But the other thing with the steer wrestling is there's more money spread out further. So I would go. I didn't have the media sheets this year, and I didn't do much of I didn't look at it very hard. But the bull riding was very top heavy.
yeah.
The top guys won all the money. I think second place was still $400,000, but then a guy like Jared, he won
120 or whatever he ended up with.
And then got an extra 10,000 at the NFR, but it was really top heavy.
That's a good point.
And I think the bronc riding was the same because I'd have to look back, but I don't know how much money Cole Ashbacker won.
He was 100. Oh, he's over 100 and some.
But no, at the NFR.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what his NFR check was. And then Colby Wanchuk, I think he did end up okay. He probably won 50 to 70,000. I don't know. Maybe he would have probably won more.
He got third in the average.
Oh, well, then he would have won over.
And he
100
tied for the win in the last round too.
Yeah, so he did well. But with the steer wrestling, my point being is that it's more spread out and it's more even all the way through. So I would bet if you added up the totals,
yeah,
there might not be as much overall. But I bet if you go all the way down to 50, there's probably more guys with more money won further down. Where with the bronc riding, it might be a real outlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say more top heavy, and then especially in the bronc riding, Zeke won the Top Gun, so that boosts him up another 20,000 over anybody else, anyways, because he won more at the NFR. But hopefully he won a truck, but he drove home or he flew home.
He flew home. He was on Jen's flight last night.
Don't know how that worked. But man, yeah, good show. Another good NFR. Glad to see, just a great rodeo. Production, not so sure. I saw something about Brandon Bates put it on Twitter, and Flint piped in a little bit there too. But Bates was wondering, he was like, how do you guys have an Announcer of the Year award, but not fucking let your Announcer of the Year
announce the rodeo?
So either you're saying your award is bullshit, or you're not having the best people at your rodeo. So what the fuck, right?
Yeah, no, totally.
Why do you have
I agree.
Why do you have an award, but then you just get hired by a committee?
Yeah.
And further to that, and I don't know who the announcer was. I know there's, I don't know if it's Mooney, Roger Mooney maybe, but I know Randy Corley, and I know Wayne Brooks, and I know their style, and I'm just kind of bored of kind of part of how that is. It's kind of the same kind of stuff, but the one guy, the content was bullshit. He didn't have anything real to say about the people. So I know you don't have much time, but if it's all fluff and there's no meat to the story, it doesn't add any value to the show. And that's kind of something we talked about with Janie. Unless you have something that's going to add to the...
It's confusing to people sitting in the stands, when they're saying, there's a few times, I looked at over at Jen, this, what he's saying doesn't really make sense.
Doesn't apply, yeah.
It doesn't, and it's not relevant to what's happening.
Yeah. So, and then the music's the same. Benji's done it for 20 years. He's probably bored of it. I think he does more of the audio stuff, so I don't know if he really loves the job or if he, he does a great job. It all fits with what it's going, but it's just the same. I get bored of playing the same music, and I don't do half the purse he does, so I don't know how he does it.
Yeah.
But, well, it's funny, I told you, I went to the NFR for the first time in 2004, and the show is almost identical to what it was then. And I bet you that it won't change for another 10 or 15
Which is
20
too
years.
bad, because you see rodeos like the American and what the PBRs down in WCRA, they're always pushing that of how rodeo is presented or how bull riding is presented to the fans.
Look at the team series. It was a complete rebuild of the entire look and feel of bull riding.
Yeah.
So, do better, NFR. That's my challenge to you guys.
It's a fair challenge.
I don't think anybody really gives a fuck, but do better. Try and do something different. Try and do better. Don't put a fucking dance cam on during the NFR. Nobody gives a shit. They're there to watch the best fucking rodeo in the world. Tell more of the stories. If you're gonna take the time and tell a story, tell it about the contestants. Feature the contestants. Don't put the fluff around there.
There's so many great storylines that happen during the 10 days that you should just build it around that.
You give a 30-second to 1 minute build on one person, people per event, instead of having bullshit dance cams in the fucking breaks.
Yeah.
And you can build some drama, get people to know the people, tell them more of the storylines, what has to happen. Instead of banging them off all in 10 minutes per event, tell some stories, build some drama, and don't...
and handing out fines like they're free candy.
Yeah, fuck the fines. We'll do some more digging in the fines in the second half, but I need a drink of water and need to set this down, so let's call it good. This is episode 132. Cowboy Shit
After Dark.
Cowboy Shit After Dark. It's almost, it's 11:11, Wacey. Make a wish. No? He can't hear me. Anyways.
Make a wish?
Yeah,
I can't tell you my birthday wish?
Mm-hmm. You don't have to tell me.
I can't tell you, else it'll never come true.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll catch up with y'all in a bit. This show actually might just be me and Wacey too. We haven't decided yet, but
we might have a guest.
We might have a guest. We might not. But you'll find out here pretty soon. Okay. Bye.
I'm like the dark in the clouds on a rainy day. Oh, the fire in the hills and I'm headed your way. Oh, it's alright, baby, don't be afraid. I'm just giving heads up on my dangerous ways. And I know everything I touch burns right down to dust. Cause I'm reckless, yeah, I'm reckless. And I always seem to fall on the wrong side of the law. Cause I'm reckless.
Welcome back to the second half of the 132nd installment of the very moderately popular Canadian Western sports podcast called Cowboy Shit. Thank you.
You could say North American Western sports.
That's true.
If you look at our audience metrics, half of our audience is in the U.S. So
I have to look at how many people, I guess we're Canadian based, and we talk about things around the rodeo and entertainment, rodeo and Western sports world. I don't know. I guess I have to look at our guests to see where everybody was from. I'm not sure.
We got some Brazilians. We got some.
Yeah, I guess Silvano was the first.
And
one
Felipe.
of the first ones that was. Yeah, I guess Felipe is kind of Portuguese. Hey.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, a few.
So I guess that's not just North America, but I don't know. I never looked at the Silvano stats. Do we have a few people from Brazil? Look at that.
I haven't looked at. I'd have to have a look here. Let me look real quick.
That one's probably more so still North America because we were kind of we were talking to him in English, so it probably wouldn't. I don't know if it would have got much for action in Brazil.
I bet you there was a few because I think of like a decent amount of people, a decent amount of folks in Brazil can speak English. Don't you think?
I don't remember like everyone being able to when I was there. Like there was only a few people that were bilingual.
Right.
Only a few people that let on to be bilingual.
Yeah, I don't know. There was 2,200 downloads on the Savannah podcast between November 15th and December 13th. But I don't know where do we see the individual distribution, maybe.
I'm not sure on that.
Anyways, I'll look into it. But yeah, we got people listening all over the place, which is cool.
Yeah, I wonder if you looked at the numbers. How many I don't know what I'm trying to do. I wonder how many people how many countries we've touched now. There's probably been quite a few overall.
Touching countries.
Not like it's been a big deal. Like people listening all over the planet. There's been quite a few.
We got US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Turkey.
I don't know if you want to list
Jamaica,
them all.
six
Jamaica,
down, Mexico, South Africa, UK, Brazil, Germany, Denmark, Russia are some of the ones in the last 13 days.
Not bad. Oh, so anyways, long story short, my name is Ted Stovin. He's Wacey Anderson. You've probably been listening to the show already if you've made it this far. So thank you for that. Hope that you've enjoyed our little visit between Wacey and I. Last night, we did the first part of the show in the truck ride on the way home.
After we made it across the border.
Yeah, after. Yeah, we had to wait till we got back on Canadian soil. No offense to any of our American friends, but we were a little nervous getting back to Canada. You know, it's kind of funny how it is. I shouldn't say nervous. We weren't nervous, but sometimes I've had a tougher time getting back into Canada than I have had getting into America.
It was so late at night, just didn't want to have a hassle, right?
Yeah, we were already. It was like 10 p.m. when we landed at the border. It's pretty late.
It was late.
So,
enough.
And we had what 2 stops to make before Storm and I got home. So we had to pick up the pups and had to drop off a bunch of Corb stuff, and then
drop me off.
And Wacey drove himself because I was sleeping in the back seat in my little backseat nest back there.
Yeah,
we were thinking about that though, Wacey. That was probably one of the longest drives.
Oh yeah,
I've been a part of in my lifetime. Like to do it
down.
that way. Like on the way down, we did it pretty reasonably. We did like
Did over
6
3
to
days.
8 hours a day.
Yeah. Yeah, which was
And this
okay.
time we did it 2 hours and then 17 hours.
Yeah, that was nuts.
And it was over a 17-hour drive over a 19-hour span. Because we
So I think
left
the
at 7
longest-
a.m. Got home at 2 a.m. So yeah, almost
Yeah.
over 19 hours.
Yeah, that was a big day. That's
Oof.
the longest drive I've ever made rodeo, and I think was like 12 or 13 hours. So that
Mhm.
hands down.
Yeah, and this was yesterday was 19er in one shot.
That was a big one.
I don't know how many times I gotta go find the receipts and see how many times I filled up the truck because it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a
And
lot of
it probably
refueling.
seemed like a lot more because it was over a period of 1 day rather than a couple of days where
Yeah, true. But I fueled up. What did I fuel up, man? I just talking about this big drive. So fueled up the one place that we got the Carl's
just
Jr.
before pro. Oh yeah, that
I mean the night before. I don't know wherever that was. So one there, then one at Provo.
that was St.
9:50 a.m.
George. St. George.
Okay. So yeah, we filled up St. George, somewhere by like Provo. So that was 9:50 a.m. Then 3 hours later, we filled up again because I was going freaking fast. I was going freaking fast through
Idaho.
through Utah and Idaho. So that's 3. Then the fourth one was what? Was it Dylan?
No,
Yeah.
it was before Dylan. It was before Dylan at that little place where I got the pep and ched.
Oh, okay. I forget where that was now.
It was just before Dell, Montana.
Oh, so you guys filled up while I was sleeping?
No, you filled up the truck.
And then I went
You
to
were in
sleep.
the truck. Yeah, that's when I started driving.
Oh boy.
When you had your first nap.
It's getting a little black.
And then
belt
we
there.
did.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So that was 3 yesterday. Then,
then
4
Butte.
was Butte. Yeah. And then we did
Great Falls.
Helena and Shelby. That's 6 times. And Nanton 7. We fueled up the truck 7 times yesterday.
19
And, well,
hours.
six times and 1 time on Sunday night. Holy shit.
That being said, though, it was a lot of times. Like, there's a few times we topped it up from like a half. Or
Yeah, not much. That's
was
true.
it? Yeah.
That's wild. We also filled up the DEF about 17 times too.
Oh, that more
'Cause the
than
DEF
God, that
filter
sucked.
thing is fucked up.
Pisses me off so much.
So needless to say, the truck's going to the shop tomorrow to get that shit fixed.
And it was so cold. Like the last fill up in Nanton, it was so cold last night. I was just miserable filling up that damn truck.
Where was your jacket?
They were packed away. I didn't pack. I kind of forgot that we're in the middle of winter after being in Vegas for 13 days. When I was packing up my shit, I put all my jackets in my garment bag with some stuff, and that was not a bold move. I mean, all I had was a little jean jacket and a hoodie, and it was not a good combo.
Bit of a rookie mistake on the way back from Las Vegas.
Yeah,
Warm climate to cold climate.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, boy.
But it
It
is pretty
happens.
nice today. It's hovering around 0. So
Yeah, not bad. It is not bad. And glad to be home. Slept in our own beds last night. I got a let done this morning. Then I petered out, and I feel like poopy again today. But back to the tasks at hand. The NFR went well, like we talked about. And you know what? One other thing I forgot to talk about was that I got to golf a couple times. Got to golf with BJ Prince from over in Ontario, Sylvan Bourgeois, and Dale Yerrigan. Dale runs the IPRA too. Sylvan helps us out on our Cowboy Shit out east as well, and we do.
he helps
He
out with
works
St.
with-
Pete too.
Yeah,
right?
Saint C, yeah, and Montana Silversmiths too. So we got a whole we had a whole really fun day there. Dale Yerrigan is Garrett Yerrigan's dad, and Garrett was the PRC announcer of the year. And like talked about last night, Garrett didn't get to announce the NFR yet, so I'd hope that he'd get to go do that at some point soon.
Pretty neat.
Yeah, and you think that the announcer of the year, or the music director of the year, or the entertainer of the year, like all that kind of thing, you think the entertainer of the year got to work the finals, but I don't think I don't know how that works.
That
might be the only one.
New.
That might be the only one that gets to do it. Yeah, that'll be something to talk about at some point. But yeah, I got to golf with them. Then I got to golf with Travis Galley and a couple of his buddies the one day at Bears Best golf course. I talked to Shane Hanchy about it the night before, and he's like, "Man, that's such a cool golf course. You got to like click the little button, and Jack Nicholas tells you about the holes and where they're at. So there's like golf holes from all over North America on this course. It was super neat. That was a lot of fun. And then we got home and we saw that Bryson DeChambeau was there like 2 days after we were there. It was kind of neat to see.
Must be pretty nice.
Some of those pro guys are there. Then I got to go to the Montana Silver Golf Tournament, or not the Montana. I got to go to the Pro Hall of Fame golf tournament with the people from Montana Silversmith, Alvin Wagner, and then JD, Adams, and another guy who worked for Yesco. We had a ton of fun though. I really enjoyed getting to do that this year. That was the first time I'd really done that during the NFR.
It's sweet. You can get some
Different
rounds of
trip.
golf in December.
Bit of a different trip, yeah. So
Mhm.
yeah, man, I really enjoyed those. Our team was 9 under as a best ball team, and weren't even close to
Really?
winning. There, I saw a story in like a Golf Digest about the top, like these people saying that they had that they only shot a 48 in the tournament, which was like total bullshit because they said they got a hole in one and they got this and that, and like that they did that, but then um but then in this tournament I was in, I don't know what won it, but third place was like a 52. So there might have been some shit going on.
Yeah,
where
there's gotta think there's a
shenanigans.
lot of shenanigans that go on in those 4-man
Oh
scrum.
man, I know how much shenanigans there is with my teams, so I could imagine. Like, I'm not that good, but if you're kind of good and you had a team like that, you could get in some
Yeah.
major shenanigans.
And some people like really like to win, so they'll probably do whatever it takes to get the win.
There were buckles on the lines. People wanted to get top 3, and we thought we did not bad. Like -9, like at the Cowboy Sports Med tournament, -9 would be not bad. But it was also a different format. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fun. It's fun to do, anyways.
That was fun. One thing I forgot to mention last night was went for like one of the best dinners I've had in a long time while we were
Oh,
there.
that's right. You said you got the ramen.
We went to Momofuku. Yeah, it's a restaurant by a guy, David Chang is the guy's name, and he's like a really popular chef. Has a really cool Netflix show. There's an
Is he
episode.
The only place that I remember being to is PF Chang's, but that must be a different person.
I think it's different. I think it's a little different. Yeah.
But there's like PF Chang's and there's like
Yeah.
I
don't know if there's any
wonder.
relationship on that
I wonder.
side on that side of the coin.
I wonder.
But he has a Netflix show where he kind of goes to like cities and like goes with celebrities and like checks out the food scenes. There's one really cool episode with Seth Rogen that Jen showed me. It's
Really?
pretty sweet to watch. Yeah, it's cool to check out. They just like go around Vancouver smoking weed and eating a bunch of good food. Sweet.
Fun.
Anyways, I like had their ramen and some bao buns, and it was sweet because it was kind of like a unconventional thing to do during the NFR. I think there was like Jen and I were both wearing hats, and there's like one other cowboy hat in the whole restaurant while we were there. It was really cool, and the food was outstanding. It was the best meal I had all week, like hands down. I needed that to bring me back to life. The latter half of the NFR. So that's one moment I forgot to mention yesterday.
That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Good times, man. Good
Yeah,
trip.
good time.
What else do we have on that side of things?
Do we want to talk the Rocker Steiner?
Oh yeah,
fine
we didn't do
thing?
that. We didn't do that. We didn't talk about some of the fines, but
Yeah.
what would I say on the fine side?
I
I was
just
surprised. I do got to say, I was surprised at how many people came to bat for Rocker. Like, it was like I saw some from like Kendra Santos, Ty
Dude, there
Murray,
was
Tuff
that like
Hedeman.
took over social media for
Yeah.
a few days, good few days. Like,
And
that's what
everybody came to
talking
bat for him. It was wild. I didn't realize the I guess I don't know if I would say the backing or the like people on the rodeo side of things that really like hugely backed him.
What
I
was
didn't
your
realize that.
analysis of that situation?
Well, when I saw the video that said when he was saying, "What the fuck do you want from me?" I was like, "Ooh, that's a tough look."
Mhm.
And I think I said that on Twitter. I was like, "That's tough. Like, how are you a judge?" And like, you see it on national TV, and you're getting yelled at by this guy. Like, how do you do? And it's his first time there. Like, I know that he wants to win, and I respect that. And I've yelled at judges before, and had issues when I was riding because we're competitors. We get fired up, and I remember in Thorsby one time when I was at a high school rodeo, I got bucked off this bull and I kicked the hole in the fence, and all the moms and everybody were mad at me, and they were embarrassed for me, and I was embarrassed too. But like, like on to Rocker's defense, and like he's a competitor, he's gonna be fired up, he's gonna be pissed off. Like that's part of it, and it's tough to control emotions when we're in a battle like that. Like, when you're riding a bull and risking your life, and then you're not even thinking about that part of it, but then you're thinking about winning, right? Like, so people that really want to win, there's emotion there, and sometimes it comes out in ways that are maybe not reflective to the old guard of the sport. But it's not like we want to encourage that sort of behavior.
No, of course not.
What's one of the reasons people like JB Mooney? Because he smokes darts and
Rides
throws
rank
his
bull.
bull rope and rides rank bulls, and he has emotion. He shows
wants
his
to win, yeah.
character.
Mhm.
So we don't want to limit the character of the athletes because that's who's going to sell the tickets. People aren't coming to watch. There's not many people coming to watch the bucking stock or the roping calves or the roping horses. They're here there to watch the people and what they do. So I think it was tough. It was really tough, like that they caught him.
The unfortunate circumstance too of the camera being on him and them airing that specific thing too, like
Yeah.
like
But
that.
that's
Like
that's a producer or somebody not really maybe knowing. And then the
yeah.
other side
like
of that is
that's-
that they don't have the like, and this is no disrespect to anybody on the crew, but I think they lost some of the people that were part of the ESPN broadcast and like those national, like the CBS, like the main network. So there's definitely a hierarchy in the production personnel and camera people across the world. So that might have been a part of it. But I don't know. I don't know what to say that way. It just, yeah, shit happens and it's a tough go, but you know,
it's not like he's
got
the only
back
the first like professional competitor to
no,
be upset with reffing or
no,
whatever. You
not at
see
all.
it in other sports in hockey, football, basketball. Like they're human, and like you said, they show emotions and they want to win. And I think that just shows like the type of competitor he is. I don't think there's any
100%.
malice towards anybody on that. I think it's just
No.
his competitive nature showing through and how truly bad he wants to win. So
Yeah, but you look at a guy like I think there was a quote from Casey Field somewhere, and he said like, "Well, there's two identical bareback rides, and they both should be marked 84. But if you're a judge and one guy's only ever been nice to you, there's probably something in the back of that guy's mind to know."
an unfortunate
Well,
circumstance in its own right too.
yeah. So I yeah, I mean he's a competitor, and that's that's what it is, right? Like we all get fired up sometimes. So I don't have a problem with it. I thought it was. I more so thought it was kind of funny. I was like, oh, this kid's first time here. He's gonna get his ass fined so hard for that.
Yeah.
But
It's funny.
and it ended up being cost like, pardon?
He probably doesn't really care. That's the cool thing about Rocker. Like he never lets any of that kind of noise, outside noise, get to him. He kind of just does walks to the beat of his own drum and does his own thing, which is impressive.
I thought one of the funniest things was when Cowboy Cerrone was at Dale Brisby's booth and they were doing a stunt where he throws a guy through a table and Rocker's like, I can't afford any more fines. I gotta go. That was pretty good. I wonder what his final tally was at the end of the week, and I wonder what some of the other ones were. I remember seeing a thing on Facebook too. Cody Ohl was talking about all the fines he got, and he was like just fucking with the PRCA. He'd put like a cinch sticker on to compete, and then go back, and then they wouldn't be able to find it because he ripped it off, and like he was just messing with people. I do got to say one of the greasiest ones though is the PRCA. Yeah, the PRCA patch people getting fined $1,000 for not having a PRCA patch on their clothes or hat or whatever the hell.
What a joke.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one.
No, silly.
And then one of the crazier ones too was how they fined one of the calf ropers that was breaking in the calves after the rodeo.
For drinking a calf.
Yeah, somebody explained that to me. They're like, well, they can't not run at him because they need to break him in. But I was like, yeah, but that guy doesn't make any fucking money to come out here to do this. And you're gonna fine him as part of the rule book? Like, fuck off. That's kind of insane. But they want to keep the competition at a certain level. Like, I guess maybe, but that one was kind of fucked up.
You look at some of those sheets that were put out. It's just like some of the stuff just seems like they're fining just for the sake of fining folks.
Yeah, finding a clown for wearing an American hat patch in the arena, like, just nobody fucking thinks of that. Give
it a rest. Yeah.
I bet you their fine revenue would be like $100,000. Like 10 contestants show up checks get taken away with fines.
Fines, yeah, exactly.
At least, right?
Exactly. Oh, it's
a good money grab. And I would hope that those people that do that job to find the fines aren't like. I would hope that they're not like, don't have a goal of like, yeah, you got to hand out $10,000 in fines tonight to pay for your guys's.
It's like when it's like when they set up speed traps and stuff at the end of each month to get their quota for like for giving out speed tickets.
I think we talked about one time, and Joe Frost got fined for yelling at Boyd Paul Hamus in the stands. I think I remember that. Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, and it's all PRCA stuff, so it's like literally part of the. Like he couldn't even ride again, which I don't know if he even has since hardly. Like
he retired,
or he went to the PBR side of things. He said, "Fuck you guys."
Yeah,
maybe another like Cody Teal kind of scenario. He rode in the PRCA for a long time. I remember he saying sometimes there's like a reason why he never went back.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some bullshit on the fine side of it, but I wonder I wonder with how much backing Rocker has with, like the Ty Murrays and the Tough Heedemans and the, Kendra Santos,
You
like
see
those
the
people
story-
I wonder how much weight there would be to it.
Did you see the story of Rocker Steiner Spurs?
Yeah, from Ty
Where he
Murray.
posted- Yeah, like
That
they're
was
Larry
way
Mann
cool.
timer. That was super neat. That was one of the a cool like tidbit that came through on the week. That was pretty neat.
It was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find Crossfire calls. I'm trying to find the team roping journal because Chelsea Toy talked about how she was going to post a story about the NFR and all the fines, and she would do them each year. And then the PRCA wanted everybody to send wanted everybody to send in their stories like every night.
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't know what they were thinking about, but she's like, I wonder what they're gonna think when I send them my story about the fines.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder what it'd be. I'm trying to find this thing right now, but what else you got, Wace?
Oh man, I think that's pretty much a wrap on the NFR stuff. We've hit kind of every base we can there.
I suppose, Now we're into the next season.
Now we're into the next season. It's already going down. There's a WCRA rodeo
this
coming
weekend
up in Fort Worth, which is exciting. You guys are going to Cabo. That's exciting.
Yeah, they're going to go down there. We got that booked, so that's the plan.
Yeah. No, it was the NFR. It was good, man. The NFR was sweet. It was good to see the Canadian the contestants do good. We had a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun meeting everybody. Just to put a cherry on top of that content we covered, I guess.
Pretty good. I don't see anything about the fines. I wish that I could find it. It's a funny one. Yeah, man. I guess what else? It's like pretty much ready for the next
year.
Yeah. We got one more show this week. We were trying to get a certain world champion on the show, and he's probably in the same boat as us and just pretty wiped out.
Yeah, Vegas got us all down.
Pretty wiped out. But we have an idea for the next show. I didn't set this up right to do it today, but we have an idea we're gonna throw at you for the next show.
Our year-end wrap-up show.
Yeah, for the year-end wrap-ups, and we will have a guest back next time. So hopefully,
thanks for being with us.
Thanks for staying with us, folks. We got a couple more things we want to get to though. Ways the markout rule came up again, and I posed it to we had that show, and I think it was even somebody that was a time event person that said it was goofy. They just don't like it.
It's a goofy deal, man. Because a lot of those ones a lot of them people got missed out at the finals that I saw. It was within inches or could have went either way in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that rule's over.
Yeah, this sucks because it seems like it unnecessarily robs guys of good rides.
I've got to say too, I don't remember the last time I saw a bareback rider get missed out. I wonder if they just kind of silently stopped doing that one.
I think it's a lot harder for a bareback rider to miss a horse out with the way they start.
They kind of have to
back, and it's more natural for their legs to go out.
And I think it would look weird if they didn't have them marked out because that's how they ride.
You got to be riding in the D's, right?
But I haven't heard of a bareback rider getting missed out in quite a while now that I can think of it. I wonder if they just if they've internally kind of scrapped it too. Just they don't call it now. I wonder.
Hopefully they just scrap it all in general because I think it's a silly rule.
I'm with you.
Did they have to keep it in Calgary? I can't remember.
It's gone in Calgary.
Yeah, okay. I can't
It
remember.
could be a ground rule per event.
Oh, okay.
Same thing with the title roping rules Calgary has because Houston is adapting some of them too.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah. What do you got, Wace? This is your birthday show. Your birthday's less than 8 hours away. What are you gonna do when you're 30? What's your first?
Going to the office in the morning.
going back to work.
Going back to work, back to reality. I haven't been to the office for 2 weeks, and I go in there. Then we're going for supper at Ricardo's. It's like a Jamaican place.
Oh, really?
On 17th.
That's exciting.
But they have so Calgary does this thing downtown. It's called Miracle on First Street, where a lot of the bars buy into a Christmas theme. So they kind of convert for the holiday season into Christmas theme places. And Ricardo's does one called Surf and Santa. So
that's cool.
Christmas theme. They have it's pretty cool. I've been there a long time ago now, but generally wants to go, and I'm down. I like Christmas whimsy, so I'm down with it. So we're gonna go there for supper. Then we're gonna hit the Flames versus Canucks. for my annual birthday game,
That'll be cool.
and then probably go to bed because I'm still trying to catch up from sleep for Vegas.
What?
And then we're coming to Ranchman's too on Thursday. We got lots.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
about that. Anybody in the
Yeah.
area? We're doing a promo with Ranchman's. That's right, on Thursday night. We're Cowboy Shit is judging the mechanical bull riding competition, and then there's a winner on both the men's and ladies side.
I think there's three. There's three winners. I think.
Oh, three. Okay, well,
Yes, they give out like there's like three, must be three categories. I can't remember all the details off the top of my head, but they're giving away like $1,000 to three different people.
I'm pretty sure it's two, but we
Maybe
both could be wrong.
Well,
I read a
they're giving out some money.
So if you think you're a good mechanical bull rider, come down, and
Mhm.
you'll only have to compete with Wacey and I because we're the judges, so we might have to ride as well.
We do take bribes.
Yeah, we can be bribed, but yeah, we're gonna go check that out. Wacey, I haven't been to the Ranchman since it's been reopened. Have you?
Yeah, we went for the Stampede.
Oh
President's
yeah, that's right.
Really,
Okay,
and I think it was in June.
it looks like it's a little less dingy in there now. Is that? Can I say that? Is it still pretty dusty, or is it a little less dusty, or no?
Yeah, when we went, like, there's not as much memorabilia in there, which is kind of sad. Like, that was one of the cool parts of the Ranchmans back in the day.
It was also very dusty.
Very dusty, yes, but it was okay. It seemed like it hadn't changed. Still kind of the same atmosphere in there.
Yeah.
I didn't really like to stay at a party, and it was kind of a different setting than I'd been there in the past. So
Okay.
it's interesting to be there.
So by different setting, you mean you weren't hammer drunk?
Yeah,
You
I
were
was
less.
Yeah, I wasn't there. Yeah, I wasn't there. I wasn't there. Wasn't at a party. Like, we were there hanging out, had a few drinks. And
You weren't there to find anybody to two-step with and try and
I already had my
get to-
two-step partner there
get
with
to
me,
know
but
them. You were
I did
trying
some
to.
line dance. I did some line dancing though.
I remember seeing that video actually. That was pretty decent.
Yeah.
I was gone somewhere. I don't know where it was. Probably
You're
Pinoca or
rodeoing, I
something.
think, or you're doing something. But
Pinoca
Yeah,
or
it-
Grand Prairie or who knows.
it seems like the folks there are making an effort to make it a go-to destination in Calgary now. So
I forget it is a bit of a destination. It's a ways away from a lot of stuff, but
destination is a good word from it. It's
with
hard.
with how big Calgary is, it's tough to. I mean,
And
that's more inside the city now than some places when you get down to the dirty
like
south.
the Setons and Crest and
Yeah, Mackenzie Town, whatever the hell.
Mackenzie towns of the world. Yeah, exactly. So no, that'll be super fun though. Yeah, we'll be there. It's I guess it starts at 10 p.m.
Oh, that's past my bedtime. I don't think it's that late, is it? I think
I
it's
think
nine.
it's 9
to
10
11?
p.m. 9 to
Something like
11,
that?
something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the evening.
Okay, so that'll be a fun time. Remember the crowd? The crowd at Ranchmans was kind of a little older at times too. Like during Stampede, it was like kind of like it was a lot of fun. I have a lot of memories from that place. A lot of good times.
Yeah, me too.
at
Yeah, it's a
Ranchmans.
good spot. So it'll be fun to get back there and have some fun. So yeah, if you're in the area, come check us out Thursday night.
Yeah,
Mechanical bull riding.
Thursday Night Live, which is Thursday, December 15th. So check them out on the socials. Probably got to check our socials too. We probably
Yeah,
gotta
we'll
do-
be putting some stuff out here in the next day or two.
We're on
with some
that.
information. So yeah, we do. I think Christina's.
Come
I think we
see
do
us.
have some stuff. So I'll double check on it and get
come and see us.
Yeah.
So what else? It's probably almost
I don't know,
sufficient.
I think so.
Hey, I had a question for you, AC.
Oh, okay.
How old were you when you figured out Santa wasn't real?
Ooh. I would say like 10 or 11.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
just-
guess I was more like 7 or 8, but I forget.
I think it was like 10 or I think it was like probably 9 or 10 or 11 maybe.
My parents were older when
I don't
they
know
had us.
what is that too old to be believing in Santa still?
I don't know, man. What? So like, I'm thinking like 5-year-old is like kindergarten, 6 is grade 1, 7's grade 2, 8's grade 3, 9's grade 4. Like as far as the ages go, like grade
Man,
5,
you're 12 years old
elementary
and
school?
7.
Yeah, that's about on track,
Was
right?
that on track? I'm not good at that.
Isn't
Is
it?
on track? Yeah, I think you're right.
Because grade 6 is when I started steer riding. I think like when I was 12.
Yeah.
Sounds
I'd
about
say
right.
like okay, if you're going by
Right?
school, like probably like
you
grade
weren't
4
still
or
a
grade-
steer rider and thought fucking Christmas Santa was
No.
real,
No,
right?
No. I'm saying I think in like grade breakdowns probably more sufficient. Like grade 4, grade 5 probably.
So when you're like 8 or 9.
Yeah. I don't know. I believe in Santa, man. Frig off. I love Christmas.
Oh, hey, I'm not trying to crap on your Christmas. I'm just wondering. I just had the thought. I'm like, it's almost Christmas. What's Wacey's experience with Christmas? with
What's the worst
Santa?
Christmas gift you've ever got, or the one that you've like, one that you like really wanted that it ended up being a dud that you like didn't really
Oh,
like after you got
I don't
it?
remember now, man. I don't remember. I mean, like back in the day, I was, we're probably close to the same. We are pretty close to the same age. I'm only a couple years older than you, but the like Christmas and birthdays when I was a kid, the biggest things were like getting like a Game Boy. Like I was a big Game Boy and big Tetris guy back when I was a kid. Like
Not
the
surprised by
original,
that at all.
yeah, the original first Game Boy. And so that was my original, like the best toys
Mhm.
that I remember getting. And then there was like, remember having like being like really young, probably like 4 or 5. Like one of my first memories, I had one of those electric cars. Like my mom worked at the GM dealership.
Power Wheels.
Yeah, the Power Wheels. Yeah, remember
Me and
driving the
Brandon
shit out of one of
wanted
those
them.
things.
Yeah,
Because
those are sick.
our basement wasn't finished, so I'd drive it around in the basement. Then we got older, and our friends would come over and they'd push us around, and the drywall in the basement that wasn't finished was just totally demolished from that car ripping around downstairs.
Oh,
So we'd
yeah.
rip it around because you could make a full loop around the basement because nothing was finished,
Yeah.
and just like the drywall is just mashed is so wrecked. So that was, I remember that car. And what else do I remember?
I'm stoked to get one of those for my nephew when he's old enough to drive
For
one
the
around.
nephew. These things were expensive then and probably really expensive now.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else? I don't know. I don't remember anything. What is that? A ghost? Is that a ghost?
There's a ghost in the house.
Is that a ghost in the background? And I guess for me with Santa, it was pretty early on. Like I think I was like, yeah, like probably 7 or 8 or something.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of like a realization.
You always
like,
got that one kid in your class at school just ruins it for everybody, that little prick.
Well, I don't remember being that kid, but I also remember that I wasn't.
No,
I
I'm
didn't
saying
even
like,
I don't think I was even over 4 feet tall until grade 4. Like I was really, really
yeah, I'm
small.
not saying that was you who ruined it, but there's always like a kid in the class who's like, oh yeah, but Santa's not real, and then just ruins Christmas for everybody.
But my parents were pretty real about it. They're just like, "What do you guys want for Christmas?" Well, it's And then there was different times where we'd go like out Christmas shopping, and somebody would be buying something for somebody else, and the one parent would be distracting the one kid, and they're like, "What do you want?" They're like, we're at the toy store, and they're like, "What would you like? What would you like?"
It's like a bullfighter distracted.
Yeah, but then the other side of it though was that my parents were like, like I said, they were older when they had us, so they were also like just kind of, I don't know, they weren't much for just buying random shit. They would rather just tell us like, "Hey, what do you guys want? And we'll just, let's just do that for Christmas so you can get what you want," kind of thing, right? Like it was more, and it was more, I want to say more practical at times too. So that's probably why Christmas has been ruined for me lately, because I just buy myself shit that I want. I wouldn't even say it's ruined, but it's just like, I don't know. I'm tough with gifts because you want to be like, you spend a lot of money. You want to be something that fits for people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a gift that you've given to somebody that was a bust? Like you didn't think it was gonna be a bust, but it kind of turned out to be a bust?
A gift that I've given to somebody.
Yeah, like have you like given it to somebody, then you see it like at a pawn shop like the next week or something, or they're like, are they after you give it to them, like, yeah, hey, do you have like the gift receipt for this? I wonder if I can take it back. Or, like, I wonder if you had a bust.
Well,
This was a soul crushing.
I have one that's kind of sad. I got I got an ex-girlfriend. It's like 6 or 7 years ago. I got her a custom belt made, and then she broke up with me the next day.
Oh no, and that's expensive too.
It was like a $250 custom belt.
Did she try and give it back to you?
What's that?
Didn't she
Try
try
to
and
give it back to me?
you?
I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? It has like your initials on it. Like, what the fuck? Just keep the damn thing. Jesus, leave me alone.
It'd be savage if you just took it back and wore it. And everyone would be like, dude, what's that? What is up with those initials on that belt? And you're like, don't worry about it, man.
None of your business, dude. Yeah, no, it was yeah, that was probably the biggest dud. That's probably the biggest dud that's ever happened.
Just custom belt next day. Wasn't there something funny that went on with that? Didn't they try and sell it on Facebook with like the initials?
I don't know.
Or weren't you trying? Maybe that was Eddie just fucking with you at one point, saying like,
yeah, no.
Oh boy,
I don't think so.
that's funny as hell.
Yeah, when that happened, I went for the hills.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
a
boy.
bad go. A tough go for me.
Oh man. Well, I guess thanks again everybody for listening post NFR. Thanks for being here. We had a lot of fun in Vegas. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for seeing us. Thanks to the American and Canadian border people for letting us to and from America. Thanks to the roads for not crashing us on the way back. Thanks to the safe drivers out there. Thanks to Sean Morton for putting up with this show and the bullshit involved. just getting through it. Thanks everybody for sticking with us this long. We appreciate you. And yeah, here's to the next one, man. We'll be back with another full episode of Cowboy Shit on the usual scheduled program time every other Wednesday. I guess it'll be about the 28th of December next. So see you then for the year-end wrap-up. Appreciate it, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Won't you give me